Attention, service members, veterans, and military families. Whether you're planning to rank up or transition out, there's a reason to consider post-university to further your education and career goals. Our Post-Eagle program is designed to help you get the most out of your financial benefits. Maximize transfer credit for relevant experience, getting you from enrollment to degree completion as fast as possible. We're here to help you every step of the way with personalized military support. Text military to 474747 to learn more.
Your next mission with Central Texas College shouldn't be difficult. You've gone through rigorous training, overcome obstacles, and committed your life to your country. CTC classes work around your demanding schedule, so whether you're moving up in the ranks or starting a civilian career, you're battle ready. Start your new mission at ctcd.edu. Central Texas College, for students of the real world.
CTC classes on Joint Base Lewis McChord and online start January 13th.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and thank you.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades, here's your host, Gary Anderson.
That is me. Here it is. It's Friday. The week is moving by so fast. I hope everybody's having a great week. I know that mine has been mixed. A lot of joy and a lot of sadness. But, well, what can I say? You know, I want to do a big shout out to all the truckers that listen to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with Gary. That is me. You can, what can I say? You guys made the show what it is. And I want you to, drive safe out there while you're making your long hauls. Also, if you run across anything strange, why don't you email me of what you've seen out there? And you can certainly do that at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. That's nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. Also, check out our website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. And you can just scroll down and see who our guest was, the last few guests, and what our guests, or who our guest is next week. And also, you can go to the gallery. I updated that. And if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see a player. Now, there's well over 300 prior shows on there you can listen to for free. Never have to join a club like some of the shows do. It's all free. And when we go live at 6 p.m. Pacific West Coast time, that player goes live too. So you can listen to us there. Or you can go onto the Spreaker app. And if you go onto the Spreaker app, you can actually sign up for it. And then when you type in Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark, you can actually even chat with us and ask questions of me and to the guest. Anyway, James, are you out there?
Yes, I am, Gary. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing good. You sound a lot better than you did last night, I can tell you that.
Oh, my, I feel a lot better. I got to tell you, we had 4 days in a row of 90-plus heat. Now, yes, and I felt terrible. All this high heat and pollen. Now, last night, within a 10-hour range, it went from 91 to 44 and a high of 60 today. So it went from summer to fall in about 8-hour period.
Yeah, and then I wonder what next week is going to be. Have you looked at your extended weather?
Oh, I'm afraid to look at that. It just makes me want to call them liars. They say one thing, you get something else. I know I don't know. I think fall's here now, I guess.
Well, I know last year I was riding my motorcycle all the way pretty much to the end of October. We had some days of rain naturally up here on the West Coast, but I mean, there was still a lot of days where the temperature was like in the mid or upper 60s. Well, this year, I'll tell you what, summer wasn't that hot, which is unusual, and compared to what it has been. And I'll tell you what, September started out warm for the first week and then went kind of yucky. And it's been that way, and it's getting colder. Where for the last 3 weeks, I have to run the heat in the house to keep it warm, except for one place, the studio. I actually need to get a silent air conditioner because this thing here is running around 100 degrees in this room. I tell you, it's hot.
Oh, I can imagine with all the equipment and the servers and stuff in there. I could just feel it from here. It's got to be hot.
And then on our second hour tonight, we got Timothy Cullen back on. He's been on about 4 times. We're gonna start off fresh because now we're on all these radio stations in different radio stations than we were the last time he was on. So I'm gonna start out fresh, like, when did he see that UFO? When did all these things happen? So, and he was like the number 9th or something like that, or 13th, I can't remember, implant removal from the late Dr. Roger Lear and his team. So we're going to be talking about that here too, a second hour to maybe he'll be on maybe for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't he on one of them TV shows too when Dr. Lear was on talking about pulling implants out? I think I've seen him on there. It was been years ago, but yeah, that's going to be good stuff.
Oh, yeah. He was. He was actually on a couple shows. So, we're going to talk about all that. Then don't forget, next week, we got Calvin Parker on and a few other people on talking about UFOs and stuff. And then the rest of the month, we're going to kind of switch away from, like, maybe not so much UFOs to talking about scary subjects because of Halloween. So that's going to be exciting. In Oregon, yesterday, a bunch of bulls, not bullshit, but bulls, were found mutilated. And they, the police checked them over. There was no indications that they were shot or even attacked by any predators, but they were, typical UFO abduction type cases with this cattle.
Yeah, and, I also believe, if I read correctly, that same incident, same scenarios happened in that same region about 40 years ago. Same kind of stuff, and, it's like their organs are cut out and there's no blood. I think it even said where one of them, it looked like there was an indentation in the ground where it looked like it had been dropped, and there's no tracks around it, no footprints, no predator tracks, no car tracks. So it makes you think, what is going on here?
Well, that's one thing when you just mentioned dropped. Back many months ago, I had a trucker on, and he was in Texas doing a long haul late at night, and he looked out his cab window, and he saw a lit area where this cow was going up in the sky. And he said, "Hey, Gary, there was no ropes, no chains. The cow was going head first up in the sky, and it was lit." And it makes me wonder, maybe what they do what they do on the UFO, and when they're done with it, they just drop them back off.
Yeah, because, I grew up in farm country. It's still farm country out here. And, a lot of the farms, it's, especially, I think, in that area at the time of the season, the ground's a little soft. And if you drop an animal, you don't have to be very high, that's, 2,000 pounds, a ton of animal, it's going to leave an indentation. Here's the other thing. All those sex organs or whatever were cut out. And if there was blood in that animal, I'm telling you, from even 20 feet, when it hits, there's going to be blood splattered everywhere, and there's no blood, and there's indentation in the ground, so it tells you, we know what, a helicopter come by and just drop it after it drained the blood after they've done doing it. It's just weird.
I don't think it's a helicopter by any means. I think it's UFOs. I think what they're doing is abducting the cattle and taking certain glands, taking the heart, removing certain things off of it, draining the blood for some reason, totally, and then dropping it. And that's why when they're found, like the next morning, there's no blood in the carcass or anything. It's kind of scary, but this has been going on for years. But again, it's starting to pick up again, which makes me wonder, like people disappearing, that maybe they're not getting dropped off. Maybe they're being, who knows, barbecued.
Exactly. And, another thing to factor into this, maybe we're only hearing so much about it now because there's twice the population now as there was 100 years ago. And everybody's got some kind of, recording device or whatever, and everybody's into the news. When you think about it, 100 years ago, this still could have been going on just as much, but they just didn't know,
Well, bulls are expensive animals. They're not like a cow. I mean, some of these things can range in tens of thousands of dollars, depending, if they're, pedigreed and, have won contest and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's a big outlay to a farmer to lose one. And now, also in the news, over North Carolina, 16 hours ago, they have footage has emerged from the coast of North Carolina, USA, showing, a fleet of UFOs.
Yeah, I've seen that. Now, I've got a guy who's got a lot of inside intel. He's telling me that it's not alien, it's the military. That's what he told me. And he's usually pretty good with it. So I don't know, I haven't looked into it much yet, but that's what he told me just briefly, and he's usually pretty right. But I did see the footage. It was pretty fascinating. If it's the military, what the heck is it,
Yeah, but in military, the UFO type objects over North Carolina, which is noted for because that secret underground base there where, aliens supposed to be working with our military. Who knows? Maybe they were going there with a load of cargo back to their planet.
Well, I got to tell you this much. There is a base. I don't know. It was a secret base. It's underwater off the coast of Florida or the Carolinas somewhere. And I don't know if that's still going on or not, but I know it used to be.
Well, also in Phoenix, there is a gathering for a UFO conference, which usually brings in the world record of people getting together talking about UFOs.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of your buddy. It was on not too long ago where his grandfather started there on the Rock.
Oh, yeah, Big Rock. That That was one of the very first, people talk about all these other places. This is the one where Howard Hughes dumped a lot of money into it to get it going. And it was a place, it was like in the 40s, 50s,